All right, everyone, we're going to wrap up with head coach Seb Hines. Seb, if you just want to get us started, overall thoughts on the match, another big offensive performance, as well as another, important defensive performance.
Yeah, very good all round. It's nice to come away from home and get 3 goals and a clean sheet. Really important that we continue those clean sheets. But it's nice to see, Adri get on the score sheet with 2 goals. Unlucky not to get a hat trick. Caused them a lot of problems in possession. I love the defensive effort. It takes everyone, not just the goalkeeper, the back line, but the collective effort to keep it Angel City at zeros.
All right, we're going to go to Austin.
Seb, you kind of talked about Audrey getting on the score sheet. How important was it for that goal in the 20th minute to kind of set the tone, especially away from home?
Absolutely. We wanted to come here and set a tone early on. We wanted to quiet the crowd, and the best way to do that is to score goals. And so it's a terrific finish from Adri. It's good for her confidence as well. In the last game, both Barbara, Marta, Ali all got on the goal sheet, even Summer. And so to get Adri scoring as well, it adds another layer to our game. And so it's really nice to see everyone contributing on the goal on the score sheet. In this period of the season. But yeah, it's been really pleasing for me to watch and sit back and see the players going out there and putting performances in like they have done today.
This has been a kind of favorable place for you guys over the last 3 times you visited, getting wins in each time. What has it been that you've kind of keyed in on, if anything, that has allowed you to find success here?
It's a great environment to play in. Angel City have a great backing with their fans. I think it was close to a full house tonight. And so I think we thrive off that. I think we enjoy being the spoilers here. I think every game has been very different. Going back to last year and winning 1-0, there was a lot of defending throughout the whole game. I think today was a little bit different. I think we both went for it, both ourselves and Angel City. We had a lot of good possession moments. We created a lot more opportunities, and again, it was a great defensive effort.
It's kind of talking about the defensive effort. Just wanted to ask you about Carrie Lawrence. Obviously, you gave her first start since 2022. The impact that she was able to have at the fullback position and kind of shutting down a lot of their wing play. What can you make of her performance, especially considering this is her first start since back then?
Yeah, she's been on a windy road to get to this position. Obviously last year she missed a substantial amount of football, and then we've had to make sure that she's in a place to go out there and compete. And we felt that this was a great time for her to come in and start the game. I thought she was brilliant, both in possession and out of possession, 1v1 duels, and when she received the ball, making good decisions on the ball. But it just shows the togetherness of this team and making sure that everyone's ready to go out there and contribute. It was Carrie's moment today. I'm sure it's going to be other players' moments throughout the season. And so it's a real tight group and a real togetherness, and making sure that everyone knows their roles and responsibilities when they do get that start, that we don't drop our standards. And Carrie certainly gave a great effort and quality first start of the season.
When you have a team that is clicking the way that it is, but then you also have players like Angelina and Hoffa waiting in the wings, coming off the bench for you because they've been hurt, how difficult does that make your kind of decision making in terms of starting personnel versus bringing them off the bench? And especially if other players are starting to find their form.
Listen, I'd rather be in this position than the positions that we've been in recent years. So listen, this is a very competitive roster. We have to make decisions, make sure that we're putting the right players out there to go out there and perform, and make sure that we get the result that we deserve. And so, it's a luxury to have Rafa come off the bench, Angelina to come off the bench, Ali Watt Corey Dyke, and also be competitive from the start with our starting lineup. This culture is amazing. The real togetherness of the group, knowing that anyone can be called upon at any time and go out there and give absolutely everything. And, everyone's playing their role in our success this season.
We're going to go to Sean Rollins. Sean, any questions you have?
This was seen as a potential trap game, team lower the table with Kansas City coming up next week. Can you talk about the team's ability to focus on this game and not look forward?
I honestly don't think it matters who we play, whether it's top of the table or bottom of the table. This league is so competitive, and you have to make sure that you turn up on the day and give it your all. The league doesn't owe you anything. We know that. We know the struggles of going to tough environments, and so we approach every game, the same. Whether it's Utah at home or Angel City away, or even next week when it's against Kansas, we're going to go out there and give it our all. And we always try and get 3 points. And it was nice today that we managed to get 3 points.
Last week, you talked about the dangers of a 2-0 lead and going to halftime with that lead. Last week, you came out and got a quick goal. Today, you came out and got a chance early in the second half. Can you talk about the team's ability to come out strong, knowing that the opposition is going to be pushing to get back in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I told the players at halftime I sound like a broken record because there's been multiple occasions where we've had a 2-0 lead. We go into halftime and, it's the same message. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. Next goal really matters. And so the players know that. They know that they can't take their foot off the gas. They have to go after it again and put pressure on the opponent. And, we did create some really good opportunities. Unfortunately, it didn't go in the net, but there was a calmness. There was a focus throughout the second half. I thought we managed the game really well also. And then, to get the third goal right at the end, again, really, really important. I think, looking forward, getting those late goals will probably play dividends in where we stand at the end of the year. So, yeah, a real good performance today from the group. And, we're looking forward to next week.
Anything else for Seb? All right, wrap up there. Seb, thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining, guys.
Appreciate it.
All right, everyone, we're going to move on now to defender Carrie Lawrence. Carrie, just to start, you got your first start of the season and a big win coming off that and a big defensive performance. How do you feel after that game?
Obviously super happy. I couldn't have done it without this group. They've encouraged me the whole entire way, and I felt it on the field tonight. So I'm going to give all the credit to my teammates and the staff.
Awesome. We're going to go to Austin. Austin, I'll let you go with what you have and then jump over to Sean.
Cool. Hey, Carrie. Obviously 73 minutes for you. First start since 2022. To be able to work your way up from getting game minutes and now getting your first start this season. I mean, just the process from getting hurt last year to now. How much of a road has this been for you, and just the fortitude to kind of battle back from that kind of injury to get back to this point?
I'll be honest, it's been hard. It's been a lot harder than I thought it would be. But I just kind of put my head down and continue to work every day. And like I said earlier, my teammates have been super supportive. My faith has helped me through this whole entire thing. But yeah, obviously it all paid off, and I'm just really happy.
To be able to get a result like this on the road, I mean, the team's firing on all cylinders. To be able to come into a defensive shape like this, to be able to get yet another shutout. I mean, what does it speak to this team of just being able to have different pieces and yet all continue that level of play?
Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy to get these results and also get shutouts at the same time. It's been awesome. But I think that's, as much as we love to win, we love to get shutouts, and we know what it takes. And it's not easy, but we all put our heads down and we grind together. And obviously the result shows that.
For you as an Orlando local who's been around this team since basically its inception, as you know, playing in the area and then playing with the team, to have a run like this, to be where this team is right now, what does it mean for you to be a part of this team?
Yeah, it's amazing. It is obviously a lot different than all the years in the past, and I think it's about time. We have really special management, we have special players, special staff, and it's finally all coming together, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Back to the game now. Obviously, they had some very pacey wingers coming down the line. What was the kind of discussion from your perspective? Just talk to Emily about how the center backs approach it, but for you as a fullback, what was kind of your approach to marking players with that kind of pace?
I think it's just winning your individual battles. Honestly, we knew they had pace, but I think me and Carrie and all of us, we bet on ourselves as well. We're both really fast, and I mean, you have to be smart, obviously, but I also think that we won our individual battles, and it showed in our success tonight.
Anything else, Austin?
All good.
Sean, you got anything? Cool. All right. All set, Carrie. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, we're going to get started with defender Emily Sams. We'll also have Carrie Lawrence, who got her first start of the season tonight. If you have a question for Emily, please use the raise hand button and we will call on you. To get things started, Emily, another big win for the team, another defensive performance for another shutout. Just how do you feel after this game?
Yeah, that was a tough game. This is a tough environment. You know, they have a big crowd that likes to get behind them. So the fact that we could, put 2 away in the first half, great brace from Audrey. Yeah, I think we had that good momentum in the first half and we carried it into the second half. And it's a good win away from home.
We're gonna go over to Austin David first. Austin, you can ask a few questions.
Thanks, Jackie. Emily, just being able to get yet another shutout for this team. I think that's 7 now. Just the defensive performance. What can you say about the collective effort from this team?
Yeah, collectively, I think we all just have that desire to keep the ball out of our own net and just throwing our bodies on the line, emergency defending when we have to. And then, of course, putting the other team on their back foot obviously helps, our game defensively. So I think just collective effort when we have the ball to make the other team work for it. And when we don't, just everyone putting their body on the line and doing whatever it takes together.
How big was that goal from Audrey in the 20th minute, just to kind of set the tone for the rest of the game and kind of build off of that?
Yeah, definitely. As I said, this is a hard place to come and play. So I think just getting that first goal really changed the momentum and, silenced their crowd a little bit and, kind of gave us that little extra bit of oomph to keep going and to get that second goal in the first half as well.
You say this is a hard place to play, but you guys have found a lot of success here. What has it been just kind of being able to get multiple results here in the last 3 years?
Yeah, I think just anticipating this environment. We know that it's going to be a tough place to play, so anticipating that and just how we start the game is so important. They had some chances at the beginning, and so did we. So I think just that goal, as we just said, was huge for us, so that we could keep the ball rolling and just know that it's going to be a tough game no matter what, and we come out here knowing that.
Yeah, obviously, I have some very pacey wingers with Giselle and Alyssa Thompson and Claire Emsley. What was the conversation like coming into this game about kind of limiting their space in terms of the attack?
Yeah, I mean, we just trust our outside people to defend 1v1. That's really all it comes down to, is those 1v1 battles. I mean, Carrie did great in the first half, shutting down Thompson. I don't really think she did a whole lot out there. So it just comes down to those 1v1 battles and then also the support around that, our outside backs to help them in those situations. But as I said, both Carries did great with that tonight.
Yeah, speaking of the one playing next to you, Carrie Lawrence, getting her first start. what was it mean to the team to see her back on the field and playing well in that respect?
Yeah, I think we're also happy for her. I mean, she's worked her butt off to get back to this point. She's a great person, and we love her energy in the locker room. So to have her get back on the field, I mean, I'm sure she's pumped, and really excited for her to get her first start.
And then
Go ahead, Austin, sorry.
Just later on in the game, you bring in Hoffa, you move out to the fullback position. Just being able to have a player like Hoffa coming off the bench to shore up the defensive shape. I mean, it's almost like an embarrassment of riches for this team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, looking over and seeing Hoffa come in, it's super helpful. I mean, she stepped in and she did great after missing a couple games. Really needed that presence tonight, and she holds it down, and it feels good to have her back on the back line.
Emily, just to wrap things up, obviously a highly anticipated match next weekend. Just how is the team going to prepare for Kansas City? Oh, especially on the short turnaround. I do have one more question to go to after that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we obviously know that they go super direct. They have they're pacey forwards. They're a good team. But I think it's going to be a really good matchup for us. This is the game that we've been looking forward to all season. We're both undefeated and both have the same amount of points, same amount of goals. So I think our goal differential, so we're just pumped for it. This is what the kind of games you look forward to.
And we're going to go to Sean Rollins. Sorry about that, Sean.
Last weekend, Seb talked about the dangers of a 2-0 lead. You had that score going into halftime. You knew that obviously Angel City has a dangerous attack. Can you talk about the team's mentality coming out of the half?
Yeah, I think at certain points in the season, we've struggled with our mentality coming out of the locker room at halftime. So I think, we made that a point to try to change that around. And I think we've done well. We had a couple shots in the first couple minutes of the game and just try not to give them any hope to get a goal and just keep taking it to them right from the whistle.
Anything else, Sean? Cool. All right. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
And we will have Carrie shortly.